Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV screen to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well let's learn English together. And here we all are again. How are you today, people? Are you sitting down? Are you comfortable in your comfy chair? Yes? Good. Is Gustav the dog asleep? And is the cat outside? Yes? Good. Then it's time for us to start another lesson. Another 15 minutes, another quarter of an hour for us to practice and learn more English. Fantastic. Are you ready? Yes? Well then, what are we waiting for? Let's get stuck in. Okay now, let's have a little think about this past week, shall we? What did we study this week? I know you all remember. After all, you're all gods of English, blue team, gods of English as well. So, who remembers what we studied this week? I know, you all do. Okay, let's have a quick run through of this week's English topics. Well, as you all remember, this week we started by having a look at numbers again. We looked at which numbers were tricky, which ones we have to be careful with. The numbers from 1 to 10 are the strangest. The spelling is a bit odd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now, these numbers are very important. We need them when we count from 1 to 10, but we also need them when we want to count up to 100 as well. The numbers from 10 to 20 are easier. With a lot of the numbers we just add teen to the end of the number from 1 to 9. But we still have to pay attention to spelling. It's not 15, but 15. But most of the other numbers are simple. With the numbers of 14 up, take a number and add teen. Now, we also checked the numbers above 20, didn't we? Yes, of course we did. And these numbers are very simple. There's a logical pattern we can see and use, and this makes it very simple to count from 20 to 100. Okay, we still have to pay attention. 40, for example, is a bit odd. We have to drop the U from 4 and then add TY. For the rest of the numbers from 20 to 100, things are very simple though. We have to be careful with the spelling of 20, 30 and 50, but the others are simple. Take a number we know from 1 to 9 and add TY. Simple. Now, this week we also looked at ordinal numbers. Numbers we use in lists and things. With ordinal numbers, we also have a few strange spellings, don't we? Again, most of the strange spellings come at the beginning. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. Okay, so we can see the awkward ones, can't we? Yes, the ones we have to be careful with are the first 5 ordinal numbers for a start. First to fifth. Don't really have a pattern. There's no logic there. After fifth, things become a little bit easier. Sixth is just 6 with TH on the end, isn't it? Seventh, well, that's the cardinal number 7 with TH on the end. Simple. Eighth, the same. Take the cardinal number eighth and add h. Easy. Okay, logically, we should add th to 8. But 8 has already got a t at the end, so we only have to add an h. Simple. Ninth, we just have to remember to drop the e before we add th. 10th, well, we're back to the easy ones. Take a cardinal number 10 and add th. Simple. 11th, the same. 12th, well, sort of the same, but with 12 and 12th, the spelling changes a bit. We replace the VE with F and then we add TH. We just have to be a bit careful. With the other ordinal numbers from 13th up, however, things are more logical. 13th is 13 plus TH. 14th is 14 with TH on the end. 15th is 15 with TH on the end. 16th is 16 with TH on the end. 17th is 17 with TH on the end. 18th is what? Yes, that's right. 18th is 18 with TH added to the end. 19th? Easy. 19th is 19 with TH added. And 20th? Well, the only thing we have to be careful about is the fact that we replace the Y with an I before we add ETH. The same thing happens with 30th, 40th, 50th, and so on. We drop the Y and add IETH. Now, one thing we have to be careful about is ordinal numbers which are compound nouns. And here's Enid to tell us all about them.
Hello, people. Hello, hello. Now, I was listening to Gav telling you about numbers, and I thought I'd just reinforce a couple of ideas. Now, did you pay attention to the spelling of the compound ordinal numbers? Well, what was that? Didn't Gav tell you what a compound word is? Oh, really? I'll have to have a word with him then. Okay, very quickly. A compound word is a word which is made up of two other words, like bathroom. We know a bath is a plastic or metal container we fill with water and sit in when we clean ourselves. We know that a room is an enclosed space in a house or flat. But when we put the two words together, we make a compound noun, a compound word, a word created from two other words. So, we also saw in Gab's lesson that some ordinal numbers are actually compound ordinal numbers. In the ordinal numbers from 20 upwards, the first figure isn't written as an ordinal number. We only write the last figure as an ordinal. We say 45th, not 40th fifth. Do you see? So, with the ordinal numbers above 20, always remember that we only write the last figure as an ordinal number. The first figure stays a cardinal number. Okay, now the other thing I wanted to mention was connected to how we write ordinal numbers. When we write an ordinal number, we write the number and add the last two letters of the word to the ordinal number. First is written first. Second is written second. Third is written, well, what do you think? That's right. When we write third, we put the ordinal number 3 and then add RD, third. Fourth is fourth. 79th is 79th. Easy. Okay, that's all from me. Toodaloo, pip pip, chitty bye.
Thank you, Enid. Okay, back to today. What else did we study this week? Do you remember? Of course, this week was full of numbers, wasn't it? But it wasn't all only about numbers. We listened to Enid as she tried to find an underground station. We learned new verbs like the verb to pass, to move past something. On my way to work, I passed a school and a bank and a restaurant, for example. We also heard a new phrase, you can't miss it, which means that we will definitely see what we're looking for. We heard that Enid has got to follow the road. She's got to go where the road goes. She doesn't turn left or turn right. She follows the road. She goes where the road goes. This week, we also learned about writing ordinal numbers. Enid Fotherington Smythe told us about it. It's very simple. When we want to show someone that a number is an ordinal number, we add the last two letters of the ordinal number to the cardinal version of the number. That's really clever and very easy to remember too. Now, as you all recall, after that we started learning bigger numbers. We went into the thousands, and we learned that we always put a comma before the last three digits. When we write 4,000, for example, we put a comma after the 4 to separate the thousands from the rest of the number. We also learned about fractions, things that are smaller than 1. We learned that we can talk about fractions in two ways. We can talk about imperial fractions and we can talk about decimal fractions. The most common imperial fractions we use are 1/2, 1/4, 3/4, 1/3, 2/3. When we talk about half, quarter and 1/3, then we use the singular form. We say 1/2, 1/4 and 1/3. When we talk about 3/4 or 2/3, then we use the plural form. Now we're talking about 3/4 or 2/3. We can use imperial fractions or decimal fractions. They mean the same thing. A half is 0.5. A quarter is 0.25. 3/4 is 0.75, for example. Now, another important thing we have to remember is that when we're using decimal fractions, we have to put a point before the fraction, not a comma. It's 0.75, not 0.75, 0.5, not 0.5. Pi is 3.14149, not 3,14159. Good. Now, another thing we have to be careful about is how we say the numbers after a decimal point. We say each number separately. It's 0.75, not 0.75, for example. Bill Gates has got 15.236 billion in the bank, not 15,263 billion in the bank. When we're talking about time, we don't say, I'll see you in 0.5 of an hour. We say, I'll see you in half an hour. We don't say that we waited at the railway station for 0.75 of an hour, but we do say that we waited for 3/4 of an hour. When we're telling the time, we use quarter and half. 12:15 is a quarter past 12, not 0.25 of an hour past 12. 12:30 is what? Do you remember the difference? Which difference? The difference between Hungarian and English when the minute hand is pointing at the 6. That's right. In Hungarian, when the minute hand is at 6, we always think about the time being halfway to the next hour. 12:30 in Hungarian is fél egy. In English, however, when the minute hand is at 6, we always think about the time being halfway past the previous hour. 12:30 in English is 12:30. And that's it for today. Our 15 minutes, our quarter of an hour of English has come to an end. Well, I had fun today. I hope you had fun too. I'm Gav Duncan, and you have been watching M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'll see you next lesson, but until then, remember you can revisit all our other lessons at www.m5tv.hu. All the most important vocabulary lists are there too. Okay, I'm Gav Duncan. I'm not Isaac Newton, and I'm not Archimedes. I'm Gav Duncan, and I'll see you next time. See you later. Bye.